Eve will be Annie Gibbins. Annie, how are you?
Hi, I'm great, Whitney. Lovely to be here.
Oh, thank you. I hear an accent. Or where are you?
I'm in Sydney, Australia.
Okay, that's what I thought. How's it going in Sydney? You guys are back in lockdown?
No, Melbourne's in lockdown, so Sydney is actually doing really well. So
good.
Yeah, we're keeping strong. We're going about life pretty well these days.
Awesome. Glad to hear it. So tell us a little bit about who Annie is and what do you do?
Sure. I'm a woman of many hats, as women tend to be these days. So I'm a global women's empowerment coach. And so I have online coaching programs for women who feel stuck or stressed or overwhelmed to confidently be more and achieve more and earn more. And I approach that by helping them call out their limiting beliefs and clarifying their purpose and constructing strong business practices to grow and succeed. So that is my passion business. So I get to coach women from all around the world on my online platforms. And then I'm also the CEO of an eye health charity here in Australia called Glaucoma Australia, and I sit on a couple of boards as well. So it's a really great mix of staying current in business and what's happening globally, and then also being able to coach women to be able to, achieve their next levels of success, but most importantly on their own terms. And that's so important.
And how did you come to do the work you're doing as a coach?
It was a bit by default, Whitney. I'd been a CEO for probably a decade, and women started to ask me, to mentor them and to coach them on how did I do what I did. And I suppose my backstory is really unique. I got married at 20 and I had twins at 23, and then I had another set of twins at 25. So I had 4 kids in 26 months, and then I had my 5th baby at 32. And so I suppose, when you actually look at that, how did this woman navigate 3 degrees and raise these 5 children, a very busy family, and to become a CEO? So I suppose I had been just going about my own journey of what could I do. I wanted to always be more and achieve more about and find out what was my best self, even though I had very challenging circumstances. And so it was a bit by default, and I then started coaching, and then through that I then I designed my own signatory platform called Magic Transformation, where we seriously make magic happen when we start believing what we can achieve. And so it started by default probably 7 years ago, and now it's it's my whole heart and passion.
So I hear 5 kids, a husband, CEO, doing all the things. And so I'm curious, people are asking you, they're in awe of you. From your side, were you like, what are you talking about? I'm just kind of going about doing my life because this is my life, right? Or were you like, yeah, I'm a badass?
I know. Well, now I'll say I'm a badass, but I actually didn't at the time. I had a lot of limiting beliefs given to me from my childhood or the way I was raised that, I had crazy ideas when I said I wanted to be a businesswoman and I wanted to achieve more. I got told that they wouldn't happen for a variety of reasons. And so for me, I was actually just curious. My biography when it came out, is called Becoming Annie, the biography of a curious woman. So I love the way that you used that, Whitney. It was more my curiosity that when I said, but what if I could be, do this stepping stone? What if I could, I became a registered nurse, and then how does a registered nurse become a businesswoman? Well, maybe I did a master's of education. I could become a nursing teacher and a manager. And then I went, what if I could do more? And then I did business qualifications. And so my stepping stones were so focused on, I want to prove more to myself. Mm-hmm. I actually couldn't go and say, hey, I'm super mom and I'm going to show you all how to do it. It actually wasn't like that at all. I was more getting excited going, well, if I can do this bit, maybe I can do the next bit and the next bit and the next bit. And I didn't realize, I didn't have that awareness that other people were watching and going, wow, oh my goodness, if Annie Gibbins can do that with all of her tribe, I want to know her secrets. I want to know her tips. And I didn't also realize that I'd achieved so much, and that it was the tips and tricks that I had on my, time management, self-belief, navigating, you know, a men's world at that time of management. And so, yeah, it was now.
How that happens, right, is just kind of, when you're living it, it's just like, it's just my life. I'm just doing the next thing that I want to do. I'm just doing the things that I want to do. And then until you can see it through someone else's eyes, right, and look at it from outside of you, and you go, oh, that was pretty amazing.
I know, I didn't even have any awareness of this until I was asked in my first interview, when I was interviewed to say, how did this mum with 4, you know, this time 2 sets of twins, become a CEO of this organisation, this health education organisation? And then I was just like, wow, I'm being interviewed. Like, that was amazing to me. And then now it's like, oh, well, of course I was being interviewed. Like, I was really pushing barriers, and I'd got to learn all of these things. So, yeah, it's funny that sometimes we're so in our own space, we don't value or what we have achieved, because we're looking too far ahead, and we need to have a big vision, but we need to celebrate the wins, and we need to celebrate them with other people, you know, to actually, and that's what I'm passionate about now. I've got a Facebook group called Women Collaborating Globally, and that's what it's about. It's saying, hey, if you have a win, you know, share it with us, tell us. We want to actually acknowledge that, and then we can also build on our relationships and partnerships and collaborations globally. And that's when things really take off, because, you know, while you're doing something and you might need a bit of assistance or help from someone else, or learn from their experiences, you know, people are out there really happy to be part of something bigger. And that's where I think the whole women's empowerment movement is really shifting at the moment. It's actually not saying you're not competitors, you know, you're not an island. We're actually here to collaborate, and we can do that really well.
Yes, I love that. So how is it that you came to be in this book and part of this community?
Oh, I just love the concept of the book. So I became part of this because I was recommended by a friend of mine, Christiana Tudor, to Stephen. So once again, it's a Women Collaborating Globally to go and say, here's this contact. I think Stephen would love to hear your story and your learnings in his book, and that would be great. And I certainly have a girl crush on Forbes Riley, because who doesn't? And so I reached out to Stephen and said, you know, I'd love to be part of your book, and I've also already knew that I love the concept of the book. You know, who doesn't want to have, you know, people who've had learned experience, lived experiences, who doesn't want to know their top tips and their habits around certain areas? So for me, this is my first One Habit book, and I'm hoping to be in many others, obviously on leadership, because I have been a leader for a very long time. And not only to be part of that, oh my gosh, you know, when mine arrived in the mail just a couple of days ago, I'm already plowing through, because I'm like, wow, there's just so many nuggets, so much gold nuggets. And that's it. You want to be always learning and gleaning real gems from other people. And so what an honor it is to be part of this amazing book, and you know, and to then start, you know, reading through all the other One Habit books. They're all golden nuggets.
That's awesome. So how would you describe the feeling when you first heard that this book became a bestseller, right? Because you've known about others, but how was that feeling for you when the first notification came, which was before launch day, right? This is already a bestseller. It's already an international bestseller.
It's crazy. When I got that email from Stephen, so I'm like, oh, others have been bestsellers. You know, I'm so honored to be part of this book, and I'm really, really excited. And then suddenly I get an email from Stephen to say, oh my gosh, it's just launched. And within hours, it was like number 6 and then number 4. And then it's number 1 international bestseller, even before this launch party. I mean, I was like, you know, to be honest, Whitney, I'm like, whoa, you know, it's so exciting. It's really exciting to be part of a group. You know, to be honest, I'm thrilled to be part of this positive movement that just seeks to empower others to reach their best self and have increased brand visibility, of course, like anyone else in the book. But to get that feeling of it being, you know, on the first day of launch, to be an international bestseller, number 1, super cool.
Yes. And so share with us how, if someone wants to work with you, how they would get in touch with you.
Yeah, well, it's really easy to get in touch with me. Probably the best way is through my website. So it's Annie Gibbins, ANNIEGIBBINS.com. AnnieGibbins.com. And there you'll be able to read a little bit about me and my backstory. You'll be able to find out about my coaching courses. I've also got free resources there. So download, some little books on self-care or mindset or some affirmation, success planners, that sort of thing. And you can also book a free discovery call with me just via Zoom. And so just click on that link. I would love to meet you. So it's pretty much just touch base and find out what your needs are. And so my job is to obviously help you achieve your success. So that's what I do. I want to know what are your needs and how can I help you. So reach out to anniegibbins.com.
Amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that. Do you have any final words? You are the last interview of the day. So you get to have the final words of the contributors.
Final words. Well, thank you for staying up for me. It's Saturday morning here in Australia, so I've already gone for my morning hike. So my final words are for those listening in, definitely, really enjoy this book. Not only read it, apply it. Really just consider it. Spend a lot of time just focusing on every chapter and then it's trying to unpack those gems of what habit the person wants to enhance and that habit that they want to change, because that applies to all of us. And there is so much knowledge and wealth of information in this book. I just encourage you to just really, you don't just read it for someone else's glory. I want you to read it for your own learnings and think, how can I apply one habit every day? And you will just start skyrocketing, seriously, in everything that you want to do in life.
Absolutely amazing final word from our contributors. Annie, thank you so much for waking up, getting your hike in and coming in and sharing your success, sharing your knowledge and your wisdom in the book. Congratulations on being a best-selling author. Hopefully you will find other books that resonate with you and contribute your wisdom again.
For sure. I look forward to it. Thanks.
All right. Take care. Thank you.